One, so let's go, and hold it. Usual pointers here, guys, don't let the hips sink low, don't hold them too high. Try and think about that straight plank-like hold. Keep those shoulder blades pressed apart, shoulders away from ears, so not hunched up here. Shoulders stacked over elbows, over wrists.
3, 2.
We're going to go into a left side plank now. So you can do this like I've done, straight up onto one arm. You can drop to an elbow if you need to. Whatever is nice and comfortable for you to just hold for this 30 seconds. Keep those hips elevated. Okay, don't want hips dropping down here. We don't want bottoms going backwards. So nice lines kind of going through this way, through the middle of your body, but also down the side there.
3, 2.
We're going to switch sides for the final 30. So just rotate it around and onto your other side. Setting ourselves up nicely. Same as usual, we do our 90 seconds worth of work and we get a 30-second breather. So getting our shoulders activated here as well, upper body, we've done our hips, and through our legs, abdominals, and relax. 30 seconds break. Oh, this 30 seconds is going to feel like 5 minutes. Not like the 30 seconds on Wednesday that felt like 5 seconds. Now we're going to go into a little bit of legs and we're going to start with some squat jumps. So we're not getting away without doing it. We go 30 seconds squat jumps, 30 seconds press ups, your choice of press up, and then 30 seconds of lunge, either forward or reverse lunge, your call, but not jumps. Ready? Time to jump, let's go. We've got 2 rounds in either half of the workout, so 4 rounds in total where we're hitting this kind of work. An homage to our big power strength workouts. So not a huge amount, just these little spikes. Make sure that we keep tapping into them. Ready for press ups? Down we go. Your choice of press up here. Knees, full body. You can do cobra press ups, Hindu press ups. Your call. Halfway through, then we're going to stand straight up. I'm going to do forward lunges, so I'm going to stand at the back of my mat. If you want to do reverse lunges, get up to the front of your mat. Up we get. You go hands to head, nice big steps forward. Trying to stand, ignore the counter. That's halfway through. Nice big step. Length of your body, if you can, big drive backwards with that front leg. Last one, and rest. Whew, I've got the old ticker going. And we're going to go down to dead dogs now.
My exercises are still stored from yesterday.
From Wednesday. Yeah, I pretty much couldn't walk yesterday, so I empathise. If they really saw on any of those ones, use it as a rest, or just really slow it and calm it down, okay? Onto our backs then, guys. We're going to go our dead dogs, so opposite arm to opposite leg, extend away. You can exhale here as you extend the arm and extend the leg. Focus point, keeping that lower back nice and comfy to the ground. So we're going to do our Alekna next. If you can move on to that one. So both arms and both legs. Your alternates here are to carry on doing the dead dogs, so alternate arm and legs, or you can just do your legs. So from here you can just lower those legs down to the ground, or you can do the Alekna but kind of a half Alekna by not going quite as low with your arms and your legs.
3, 2, 1.
And now we're going to stay on our backs, hands into streamline, and we're going to kick our legs. 30 seconds. Again, try to keep your lower back nice and flush to the ground. If you feel it coming away, you can bend your knees a little bit here, or you can raise the legs in order to keep that lower back nice and in control and flush with the ground. You can raise your head and squeeze your streamline there, or just keep everything laying flat on the ground. Nice work. Okay, we're going to do plank. Normal plank and left and right plank, but with a variation this time. So we're going to start with 30 seconds of shoulder taps. So in tall plank position, just alternating tapping our shoulders. And then plank rotation. So left plank rotation and a right plank rotation. Are we ready? Let's go tall plank then, guys. Here, keep your hips, if you can, nice and still. You will find yourself moving from one side to the other as you move your weight, but try not to rotate. And once you get used to it, build a bit of pace up, go for it. And ready to go onto our left side, into a left plank, and rotate, reach your hand underneath, and back up to the ceiling. Be on your elbows if you need to. Drop to your knees if you need to.
3, 2, 1.
And rotate over onto the other side. So we obviously all know that you've got ways that you can regress these movements if you need to. So if you're feeling that you're really struggling in a certain position, you can drop the knees or you can lower down your plank position. But the important thing, or a really good thing to do, is try and find your working position that you can hold on to. And rest there. So regressing if we have to is a good way of keeping going. But what's even better is if you can find your right zone so that when you get towards the end of the workout, you're really, really having to dig in deep to hold on to that position. Lunge jumps now. And if we are sore in the legs, you can keep this going as just a reverse lunge or just a little sort of step back like this, just to try and increase your mobility. Let's go though. You can go pretty hard through these if you want to, if your legs will allow it. You can take your time, as we were doing before on Wednesday, on that second round, where I just couldn't get the legs working to jump quickly enough. Your call. We're going down into press-ups again after this. Okay, press-up time, your choice of press-up. You can do a different one to which you did last time, or you can do the same all the way through. Remember, there's 4 rounds of this in total tonight. So you can do 4 different variations, or the same one 4 times. Up we get. Hands on head, or feet together, and let's squat. Our aim to get our hips down below the height of our knees. Drive the knees out. As you look down, you want to be able to clearly see all your toes, sort of looking through the insides of your knees there. Oh, rest. Okay, we're going to work the opposite side now, so the posterior. We're going to start with our bird dogs. So hands and knees, opposite arm to opposite leg, extend out. Are we ready? Whew. Back nice and flat, no rotation in the hips, off we go. Opposite hand, opposite leg. Nice straight lines, parallel to the ground. Exhale as you extend. And stretch that heel back, kick it back as far as you can. Stretch those fingertips forward as far as you can. We're going to do a similar action for this next 30 seconds, but lying on our tummy. So lower yourself down, arms out in front, and we lift opposite arm to opposite leg. But at the same time as lifting, we extend away. Your forehead is going to be resting on the ground, making sure that our neck is switched off. And from here, we're just going to take it into a streamlined position again. And we're going to kick our legs, kick home for 30 seconds. Streamline, try and keep those legs straight, toes pointed. And you can rest your forehead on the ground. Try and elevate those arms if you can. Great opportunity to practice a nice flat streamlined position, going all down the backs of your arms and down the back of your body, which is what we want to retain underwater. That's a few seconds. Oh, and rest. Awesome. Okay, we're going to go into crunch mode for this next 90. And we're going to start in, get our V-sits before here. We can place our hands on the ground just behind for balance, and we're just going to work our legs for the first 30 seconds. Okay? Back nice and straight, hands wherever's comfortable. If you want to keep them off the ground here, you can do. That's your call. We can just place them at the side for a little bit of balance. The important thing is that your back doesn't round. Okay? You've got to have that length through your abdominals as you extend away. And for the second 30 seconds, we're going to take it into a super crunch. So both chest and knees rising and falling throughout. Are we ready? Let's go. So up and both in together. So pull your chest towards your thighs. Really get the workout on the hip flexors as well for this 90. And the final 30 seconds is our ab cycles. So we're going to go opposite elbow to opposite knee.
2, 1.
Ready? Let's go. Try and keep your head and shoulders curled in if you can, so that slight crunched position. And then all we're doing with our shoulders is rotating side to side whilst our legs are flexing and extending. Good work, guys. 5 more seconds.
2, 1.
Oh, rest. Whew. Good work. That's one round done. So, round 2. A little bit of fatigue in there now. Maybe let's hold those real good quality positions. Let's try and work a bit more fluency if we can, where we've got movement activities. And let's go for it. We're ready. 14 minutes. Let's do it. Plank time. Challenge yourself here. Press the mat together between your toes and your hands. Keep the shoulder blades apart. Check with someone else in the room or in the mirror and your reflection in the TV. Are my hips level? Are they sinking? Are they too high? Pull the navel in towards your spine.
2.
Ready to rotate? Left plank. Same thing here, draw the navel in. Make it super strong around this middle area and keep that elevation. And keep the hips forward as well. Not forward of the shoulder, but not behind. So in level with your shoulder. So just imagine like you're planking here on a balance beam and your hand, your foot and your hip are each over that balance beam. Switch sides. If you're doing a tall plank like me, try and extend on that bottom shoulder, so don't let your weight sink down into it. Actively press into the ground to keep that elevation. But you've got to work your abdominals.
3, 2, 1.
And rest. Good work. So all of those static holds, your aim to really challenge it is to put extra focus, extra tension in those areas. Squat jumps. Again, if you're sore, just try and work a squat at your level, to your depth that your legs will allow. Ready? Let's go. When you're really, really sore, it's kind of the worst thing that you ever want to do sometimes is get back and do some exercise. But light exercise is actually a really, really useful thing to do, because it just helps to gently elongate the muscle fibers. It stimulates blood flow, and blood flow stimulates repair. So as long as you don't go too crazy, a bit of light exercise is good. Press up. Keep going, guys. 5 more seconds, and then it's lunge time. Up we go. Forward or reverse lunge, your call. Don't let that back knee crash into the ground, but control it. Make sure you get the depth so that your back knee lightly brushes the ground. Nearly there, guys. Last 5 seconds.
2, 1.
Woo! Rest it there. Ah, good stuff. Good stuff, guys. Back to our dead dogs. Onto the floor. Onto your backs. If you're doing pretty well with these, challenge you to lower your arms and legs to 1 inch off the floor. So some of you might go a bit too far then and actually hit the floor. You might not quite be able to work out where 1 inch is, but give it a go. Extend all the way out until your leg does hit the ground, and then on the next repetition, don't go quite as far. And then you try and do it when we hit the electors. Coming up now. So for me, I'm holding my breath there and exhaling as I pull together. Because I want as much strength and as little movement throughout my abdominals, my torso, my sides and my back as I'm extending.
3, 2. Still 9 kicks.
Kick time. Keep your toes pointed, a nice tempo going. And you can curl up a little bit with your head in your hands. Keep your kicks nice and small and fast. Toes pointed.
3, 2,
2, 1. Oh, relax. Oh, that was a bit tougher than the first round. Shoulder taps, plank shoulder taps. Whew. So you know you did this one last time now. Let's go for it, guys. See how many shoulder taps you can do in 30 seconds. Are we ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Get your heart rate really going as well. You've got to keep it going for the full 30 seconds. Once you hit that tempo. Oh, keep going, guys. 7 more seconds. Ready? Leg rotations. Woo! So a super shoulder challenge here. Maintaining that strong, tall position. 8 more seconds. We've got time for 2 more rotations. 1, 2, switch sides, guys. Woo. You might be able to notice with my feet, probably going a little bit wider than I would do on a plank hold, just for a bit of extra stability as I'm rotating. Up to you. You can go wider again for even more stability. Last one. And rest. Oh. You're doing awesome, guys. This feels like a warm-up compared to Wednesday. All right, lunge jumps. So I've just said that. 30 seconds lunge jump. 30 second press up. 30 second squat. Are we ready? Let's go. Torso up, chest forward, eyes forward if you can. If you get caught looking down at your feet, your body will lean forward as well. We don't want that. We want to stay up tall, upright. So we're really having to generate vertical force through our leg without that back extension. Oh, press up time. Final round press ups, guys. Woo! Go on, 5 seconds. Squat time. Let's go. Now here, although I want you to keep those logos forward, I'm going to allow you to look down to make sure you can see your toes looking via the insides of your knees. Nearly there, guys. 3 more seconds. Last squat. That's it for those big strength sets. It's just pure core now to the end. Bird dog. This time we're going to exhale. There. Inhale in. Exhale and extend. And as you exhale, really squeeze your belly button up towards your spine. Don't let your lower back arch or round. Trying to extend and elevate from the shoulder and the hip, not the back. Down we go. Opposite arm to leg. Again, elevate, but extend. Not trying to rip our hands and feet off the floor as high as possible. Trying to keep our shoulder and chest low to the ground. Just working that cross sling activation. Kick time, streamline position, and go. See if here, guys, if you rest your forehead on the floor, see if you can get your arms into streamline and hold it so your hands are about the same distance off the floor as the height of your hips.
3, 2, 1.
And rest. That's what we want from a streamlined position. That line all the way down to our hips. So if you found that really difficult, and you know we've got a lot of shoulder work, stretching, mobility to do. If you can do it but you found it hard, you know how hard you've got to work come underwater time to hold that position. V-sit legs, let's go. We're going to exhale on the extension there. Remember, up to you what you want to do with hands. You can go to your chest, but if you are going to chest, you've got to make sure that your upper body isn't moving. What we don't want is any momentum through the hips here. Ready to super crunch? Let's go. Keep it going, and we're straight into cycles after these. 30 seconds of cycles. Oh. 10 more of these though first. 10 more seconds. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cycles, guys. This is it, final 30 seconds. Drive through. Get those legs working quick as you can. Rotate the shoulders inside of elbow to inside of knee. 10 more seconds. Push, pedal, pedal, pedal. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Oh. Yep. Woo. Good work. Good work. Now, I can guarantee you guys, if you made it through that session reasonably well, you've done something you would not have been able to do, most of you, 2 weeks ago. Talked a bit about sort of activation, mental, neurological, linking up your brain, your movements to your muscles, and everything that we've been doing these last few weeks, couple of weeks, has been doing that straight off. So exercises that you might not have been used to, your brain and your muscles are linking up better. Good work though, really good work. Whew. Let's stretch out those abdominals. Down onto your elbows, lie down, hips onto the ground. Try and have your elbows underneath your shoulders. There. Fingertips pointing out forwards. And engage through your abs. Keep your hips, your tailbone, your pelvic bone pressed down to the ground and just elevate. Extend through your abdominals. This is called a Sphinx pose. Why is it called a Sphinx pose? There you go, for any of you guys doing ancient Egypt at the minute in history. And lower it down. Just relax, take a breath here, and then we go again. Those elbows underneath your shoulders. You can have them further forward. If you haven't quite got the feeling of the flexibility, you can bring them a little bit further back. Got to make sure that the kind of your hips, your hip area is down on the ground. Okay, we don't want any elevation through there. So we're stretching, looking up, through those abdominals, all the way down into hip flexors. Great stuff. Let's rock it back. Now, just sink the hips back towards the heels. Keep your arms out in front. Let's get our nice modified child's extension through our shoulders and chest. Nice couple of breaths there. And then you're going to bring it back down onto your tummy and you go right arm out to the side. So at 90 degrees to my body. My left hand I'm going to place flat on the ground with my elbow up just for a little bit of control. And I'm just going to press and roll my body, taking my left foot over there. I'm just getting a little bit of an extension through my hip area, but also in through the front of this shoulder, and control how far you go depending on what feels comfortable. And you've got this support in your left hand there, so you don't have to be stacked back and lying on that back shoulder. And roll it back through. Switch arms. So there, place your hand, take the same leg, right leg just over. Don't need to go a long way, just opens the hip. It's a nice shoulder stretch on there as well, through the chest. A little bit of a different stretch to what we've done before. So I'm going to throw a regular one at you now, so this was just a bit of spice in there for you. Okay, bring yourself up to your kneeling position, right foot forward. You know this one. Let's just interlace fingers, place them onto our thigh here, and just sink forward. Your hips down towards your front heel. Nice couple of breaths. Then we're going to release fingers, take them behind our back, interlace them again, press down and away, and just lean your torso forward. So your torso and your back leg should be forming quite a similar angle now, one straight line, just enough to get a little bit of an extra elevation on that arm. Still sinking down forward into that front foot, and rock it up, relax and release. Switch sides. You see from this angle, interlacing my fingers onto my front knee, my torso is up tall, so I've got an angle here. Those of you who are studying maths at the moment, is that an acute or an obtuse angle? What's the other one? I'll let you add the correct answer in the comments afterwards. Unlace your fingers, cross them behind your back. Pull your shoulders, your fingertips I should say, down and back, and then lean forward so your torso and your thigh are at the same angle. Nearly there, guys. Last breath in this position. And up we come. Release. Hands down. Tuck your toes up into your tall plank, and let's walk it back. Just forward hang for a little bit. See how that feels to you guys. How much bend have you got in your knees? More or less than the start of the session, more or less than in previous sessions. And roll it up. 1 inch, 1 vertebra, 1 spine at a time. Shoulders back, chin up. Great work, folks. Namaste.